Hi, it's Matt with the LandRover. This is a little beauty, this one. This is a 200 TDI. This is called a long engine because it's all built up now. And we've got an LOF clutch in the back, it's a power spec clutch. And we've got shiny tops, which I very geekily shined up because I wanted them to be shiny. New oil filler cap on there as well. All rebuilt injectors. Pumps rebuilt. All lovely. Oh, it's just looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The front end's going on this afternoon. The new timing belt's on. And what Will's done is put a nice shiny pipe on there for me because that one used to go on the back of there. Oh, sorry, the back of there, look. He's put a nice straight one on. Another rubber hose goes on the end there, look. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful for a TDI? It's a fantastic looking engine, that. So I think, and then turbo's got a new core on it. There's no movement in there. We'll have a look at that. Look. So the core's down here. Now there should be a slight. Is it in and out or side to side? I can't remember now. Side to side. Very slight side to side movement on that bearing. And there's just a tiny bit of side to side, and then there's no back play at all on that. So that's solid. Spins nice and free, of course. Beautiful turbo on there, and that's the original housing and the original manifold, of course, from the original engine. In fact, all this top bit here, the chamber, rocker cover, this part's new. This is the part that snapped when that was dropped by the courier on its way here. Mounts have all been painted, or mount brackets have been painted black and protected. And then of course it'll have a new oil filter on it when it goes all together. So the pump was rebuilt by Ribble Valley Diesels. They rebuilt the pump for me from scratch, and it had all this gunky diesel inside it, this gunk stuff, and of course you can't run it with gunky diesel because it's been stood for about 4 years, and it had been stood on someone's drive for about 10 years before that. So all the diesel inside was all gunked up. Is that the oil pump? Oil pumps, that's original. Lift pump's original. Of course, the block's now got bearings which are 10th thou over, and it's got a three-hole head gasket in it. So the head gasket's a little bit thicker than normal because we had the head skimmed. The block hasn't been skimmed. The block was tidy, but the head's been skimmed. And then the injectors, of course, they've been rebuilt again by Ribble Valley Diesels, or commonly known in the trade as Diesel Bob, because he's called Bob. And he works on diesel pumps and diesel injectors. So they've got new washers in under there because these washers leak under there, and the injectors. I mean, the injectors they were clogged up with the gunk as well, with it sitting so long. They'd kind of clogged up with the old gunk. And on the back end, we've got the LOF clutch. Now I went for the power spec just because, not because it's any, the pedal's not any stiffer on a power spec. It's because I think it's the release arm, is it? I can't remember what it's called, but the release arm is just a bit thicker, just a bit sturdier, so it will just last longer. And we've got a new ring gear on the flywheel. The flywheel's spot on. You don't really often have to change the flywheel because they don't really wear, but the ring gear, which is just there, and you can see that, the ring gear wears out as the starter motor, which is there. The starter motor gear engages with the ring gear, and then of course when them two cogs meet, because this spins out, or the cog flies out and engages the starter gear or the ring gear, these two cogs wear out, and it wears out that ring gear around here. So what you do is you heat it up with a gas torch, or you can do it with an oven. So you heat it up with a gas torch and you can knock the ring gear off. So that's actually it's called a ring gear because it's a ring around the flywheel, and it's an interference fit. So you heat up one, keep the other one cool, so we used a gas torch to get it off. And then Dean, who put it back on for me, he would use a gas torch to heat the ring gear up to make it just a tiny bit bigger. And it slides on, you bang it on with a hammer, and it slides back on the flywheel. So it's got a new ring gear on there. So, and that's a new starter motor on there as well. So we know those two teeth. It'll be good for another 200,000 miles or so. And then of course the turbo will be good for 200,000 miles. Block will be good for 200,000, and the head will be good for 200. and the injection pump. So the only thing that can fail is this or the lift pump, and these two, I mean, they're just not known for failing, so we haven't changed them. And we haven't changed the pipes here. These are original pipes, original hoses on there. We have changed the hose, in fact, around this side. On the turbo, this little vacuum, because that had a couple of cracks in it, so we've changed that, just so it's a new hose, or in fact, Dean's changed that. That's all nice and new, and of course, he's got another cam belt on. I can't remember how often you change the cam belts on these. It's probably every, I don't know, 50,000 or so. So we know we're gonna zero the mileometer, so that because it's all new. Gearbox, transfer box, and the engine are all new, and all the axles have been done, and the brakes. So effectively, we're going to zero the mileometer. The true mileage of the original vehicle will be still visible from the MOT certificates, but we're going to zero it because we're going to start a proper maintenance routine. Change the oils every 5,000 miles, filters every 5,000 miles, and then give it a full service and change of oils every winter. So it's going to have a full maintenance service now because we've spent a lot of money on it, a lot of time. So it's going to get looked after now. So that's our 200 TDI. My name's Mark. If you see anything, if you spot anything we've done wrong, we'll probably change these hoses to make nice new ones on there at some point, because they're all oily as hell, but that's something for the future, isn't it? But there's our 200 TDI. Should be in tomorrow. We've actually lost the blooming dipstick tube. Can't find it anywhere. We'll have to go back to the garage and hunt for it, I guess. See if we can get it. But she should be on tomorrow. My name's Mark. See you soon. That's the compressor kicking in. See you soon.